Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Once again, we're going to get right into it. Today for you, I am doing a demo on how I made this super creepy skin lamp that was actually a commission piece for somebody that was doing a Leatherface cosplay. I'm all tongue-tied today. So first I started out with making kind of a paper mache like mix with Elmer's glue and lightly warm, lukewarm water or room temperature works too. Don't use cold. Cold makes the glue gunk up. So I've got a plain white lampshade and some tissue paper as you saw, and I'm using this big huge brush to just brush on layers of my water glue combo. I did leave mine a little bit more watery than I usually would, but it worked out really nice. So maybe do that. I'm crumpling up these pieces of tissue paper and then uncrumpling them and then definitely sealing down the edges because I don't want any crazy edges sticking up, and then just kind of going over the whole thing so it has a nice glue layer over it. I did that to the whole lampshade, making this leathery appearance, and then I went back in and I wanted to put a face on the lamp. So to do this, I'm crumpling up pieces of tissue paper in the shapes that I want. You can see right now I'm roughing out eyes, nose, and the mouth. So I'm rolling the tissue paper into the pieces that I need and then kind of putting them in place in the general area of where I want them. I am going to have to layer over top of them, so I may be moving pieces in and out as I go. Now, dipping these top pieces directly in my glue mixture, I'm going to be putting them over the appliances. So right now I'm working on the nose. You can see I put the whole thing down and I'm kind of, smoothing out the edges so it looks like one solid piece that's coming three-dimensionally up out of the skin. Nothing has to be super proportionate. The skin is supposed to look like wrinkly and leathered and like something was like pulled off. So it can be a little bit shriveled and crazy looking. I kind of think like shrunken head. I'm using my fingers to push around each of the areas, the eyes, the nose, to make sure that I'm not getting too much skin or paper that's sticking up. And then I decided about partway through this that I really wanted the top of the nose to stick up more, so I started adding more tissue to that. The mouth as well. So one thing I did realize while I was making this is that I am missing a little bit of film at the end for some of the extra stuff that I added on. So I apologize for that in advance. I did get a lot of the general building on film, but I am missing that little bit of extra stuff at the end. Now that is looking like a nose. All right, moving on to the next step. To get the color, I actually brewed coffee, had a cup for myself and a cup for my lamp. So this took a couple of layers. Guys, this took me like 2 or 3 days of painting on layers of coffee, and then letting it dry, and glue and letting it dry. So don't get frustrated if it takes you a little bit. I probably put on 3 or 4 layers of coffee. I started with brushing it in like you can see me doing now, and you'll see later in the video too, I use like a patting motion to try and get the coffee to sit in between the wrinkles of the paper to kind of give some of the wrinkly areas a little bit more depth. Again, this takes lots of time and layers, so please just be patient with yourself. There's that patty motion. All right, while this is going, I want to talk to you about what I applied at the end. So at the very end, I did apply some extra paints. I did some like flicking of alcohol paints and some painting in of some alcohol paint, as well as using some craft paint with water and coffee. I just kind of started mixing all of my stuff together, and then I did not get all the filming of the painting, so I was kind of partway through painting in this one. I was starting to get rushed because I really needed to get this done for the client, so I stopped filming all of it. And then I applied a pair of falsies, fake eyelashes, and I hand laid some hair, and then I sealed this entire thing with a matte finishing spray just to make sure everything was secure and looked beautiful. And then I hand drew in some lines and stitches just with a Sharpie marker. So there's that creep lamp. I feel like it's creepier when it's turned on. Anyway, like, subscribe. Let me know how you think.